Hi and welcome. This video is about the cold. No, I'm cold. This video is about tips to ride in the kalt, as they say in this country of Austria. I flew all the way out here to give you this video. Tips as to why I don't check in my bag. I don't like to waste my time. Because I'm crazy. Howdy. So yeah, that was what not to do when riding in the cold. Tip number one is grow your hair out. No, if you grow your hair out, that adds at least 5 degrees. No, when I got my hair cut, it was so cold I actually had to wear a hat. I'm still getting over the no hair thing. It's crazy. I also don't have it like that where I can go to Europe and make a video, a YouTube video. That was definitely a work trip. Your riding is really exposed in cold conditions. You can't get away with as much murder. Can I say that on YouTube? There is a lot that you can learn riding in the cold. It really brings out your bad habits. So you have to be very smooth with your inputs and not rely on the traction of the tire or the heat of the pavement. You don't have to go out and fall down. You can learn a lot from riding a lot slower. So now that we got that out of the way, expectations and mindset is my number one tip. Realizing that, okay, I'm not gonna be hitting personal records, I'm not gonna be dragging my elbows, and unless it's probably because I've gone too far and now I'm dragging my helmet along with some other hard parts on the motorcycle. This is a session where I'm going to work on fundamentals and I'm going to learn good habits in this riding condition. Your traction, your lean angle, your throttle input, brake input, your body movements all have to be slower and reduced when riding in conditions of less traction. Second is your gear.
Layer up. Layer up. Gear is critically important.
Gear is really important when you're riding in these kind of conditions, whether it be rain, having good rain tires and a nice rain suit. If it's cold, making sure that your body is up to temperature. Trying to perform when your body isn't at a good temperature is going to make things quite miserable. Making sure your extremities are taken care of because they operate a lot of the motorcycle's inputs as far as brakes, throttles, and clutch. Well, nowadays it's almost automatic. So wearing latex gloves underneath your leather gloves is a trick that a lot of people do. Quality base layers will take you a long way. I like merino wool and Under Armour myself, but there's a lot of good manufacturers and brands out there. Just make sure it keeps and retains the heat inside your body. Neck gaiters as well, or buffs, something to cover your neck. Gets pretty chilly on the front straightaway. And make sure the equipment on your motorcycle is up to standard. Motorcycle tires aren't super used where you have even less traction than you're starting off with. So make sure you have a good set of rubbers. Always good to have a good set of rubbers in life. Make sure you're checking your tire pressures when you're going out there riding in cooler conditions or rainy conditions. Third tip, Amazon.
Hi, Mr. Bosch. This is your Amazon delivery. I'm out front of, I believe, I'm not sure what kind of building this is. No problem. Have a good one.
Thank you, sir. You have a good day too. If I don't get in, nobody cares I'm trying to do a YouTube video right now. It's probably spam.
From Gardena, CA.
No, that sounds pretty legit. Hang on. The third tip is slow inputs on your movements and hand controls. Everything you do needs to be smooth and slow when you're riding in colder conditions. And what that means is early setup before you get to the corner, which is something that should be implemented in the dry as well. I do see a lot of students last minute move their body position over as they're about to turn into the motorcycle. So making sure that before you even get to the turn-in zone, and before you get on the brakes, or at the same time that you're getting on the brakes, that you do both inputs at the same time. Every movement must be deliberate and must be slow and smooth. So be cognitive about every movement that you're making, whether it's with your fingers, your feet, your body. Moving off the bike a little extra reduces the lean angle as you're going into the corner. So for me, it's having just a little bit extra security. I don't need to exaggerate, where it's very, very uncomfortable, but I do want to be a little bit further off the motorcycle to reduce the lean angle and give me a little bit more in case I get into a sticky situation. And fourth is enjoy it. It's always exciting to put yourself in situations that isn't the most comfortable. I think there's a lot of growth when we expose ourselves to those situations. Mentally, physically, and for our skill set. We grow a lot in those kind of conditions. Just because we aren't setting lap records doesn't mean the next time we ride in the dry, we won't set a lap record from what we learned riding in the cold or riding in the rain. And the fifth is, if you really don't feel like riding, don't do it. Don't put yourself in a situation where you really can get hurt or hurt somebody else. It's not worth it. So enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy being out there. It's special. It's something that you'll always remember. It's something that you can always pull from your memory bank as well too, and from your toolbox. The more tools you have in there, the easier you're going to be able to adapt whatever comes towards you in life or at the racetrack. Thanks again for watching. It's time to get all this business chopped off, so we'll see you next time when I look completely different.